Well, I always think it's kind of fun to do a pick a card, because when you do a pick a card, you are able to ask the same question more than once and get different answers. So hopefully you are able to resonate with one of the three options, and that is most meaningful to you. Now, sometimes you are going to resonate a little with the message from all three. So we're going to have three sections today, and our question is, what is blocking you from union or reunion with your divine counterpart? So if you feel blocked in your life in relation to your divine counterpart, this reading is for you. So the first pile is connected in your intuition with this stone that I was able to get at Mount Shasta. And the card deck that we're using is the Light Seers Tarot. The second pile is the Amethyst. So if you are connecting with and resonating with the Amethyst and with this deck, which is the Llewellyn deck, or the third pile is the Quartz crystal. It's one of the quartz that I took with me to Shasta when I did the ayahuasca ceremony. So it has some of that energy. And the Goddess tarot deck. So let's start with pile number one and see where things go. The underlying pre-shuffle is moving away. So this probably has something to do with letting go. And when I think about Mount Shasta, it's the week that I went to Mount Shasta and did the ayahuasca ceremony was the week before my dad died. And so for me, there's a real strong connection between walking away from this lifetime at the same time as this stone. So there may be something related to that, but maybe not. We'll see. All right, I'm curious. Let's see. What is blocking your union or reunion at this time with your divine counterpart? What is blocking your union or reunion with the divine counterpart? All right, so the first card to come down is the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like she looks very almost smug in this case. So I think that this particular one is reminding you to be careful of your words. Be careful that your words are always filled with compassion and kindness, and especially the words that you say to yourself. So the things that you say to yourself, the words that come out of your mouth are really important and really significant. And they will have a strong effect on how you feel about yourself. Know that you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are strong and abundant in this life. And even if you don't see it from a perspective right now, manifestation and the law of attraction is all about believing and knowing things that you can't necessarily see. And so I think here it's walking away from any disbelief, any beliefs that are keeping you from really knowing who you are, understanding who you are, and how you fit into this divine counterpart, this divine connection. So the divine counterpart has a lot to do with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Now, in this world, I may have been, born as a woman, or you may have been born as a man. Or there's some other variations that we can go through. But essentially, we can look at grammar here in this world. Gender. We can look at gender here in this world in a different way, right? So I could be predominantly divine masculine, even though I have a feminine body. And so certainly two people who are girls or two people who are guys can still come together in that divine union, that connection of the masculine and feminine. And so if you think about it, of course, the divine union is going to be blocked if you are not able to be that whole person yourself. So the union is much more about the internal, being the person that you're meant to be. So yeah, this Libra, all about this balancing of this union, balancing of this connection. I like the Justice. The Justice card, the Libra card, has to do with balance and connection. So something that could be blocking you is being imbalanced. And I would say from here, this is like the card of codependency, the card of trying to do too much for too many people, trying to be too much for too many people. And you're just carrying too big of a burden. Codependency, so letting go of that. So part of what is blocking you from this union with your divine counterpart is codependency. So it's something, codependency is something that is really great to study and to learn more about. Hermit. So the second major arcana card. So I see this. I feel like there's a theme here. Oh, these two, the mountain. So spending time in meditation, knowing that you can be in union without being in union in the 3D, in the physical world, that you can be a union in this lucid dreaming, in the ethereal sense. Third major arcana, raising your vibration, raising up. So I feel like the block that you're looking at here is being imbalanced, especially in the area of codependency. And the way to release that block is to meditate and to raise your vibration. In fact, Abraham Hicks was saying that the whole point of meditation is to raise your vibration, to take you to that next level, to help you to attract and bring into your life those things that you are longing for. All right, let's take a look at pile number 2. Pile number 2, the Amethyst and the Llewellyn deck. The pre-shuffle is the 7 of Cups. So this may have to do with opportunity. Maybe you have a tendency to think that who you're with must not be good enough, that you probably should be with someone else, or that you're not enough and that you should be somebody else. Maybe there's a little bit of both. I was just sitting here thinking, if you have the feeling that who you're with may not be enough, then that is probably quite a bit of ego still coming out. And so sometimes being able to set aside the opportunities and the possibilities and to just be in that moment is so important. Just be. And that's what he's doing, this Hierophant. It's also a major arcana Taurus card. He is just being. Just being. He has his musical instruments, but he's not playing. He could be out in the middle of nowhere, just thinking, creating the moment, being in the moment, just being in life. So I feel like your block for the union of your divine counterpart is not being able to be in the moment, but, stressing a lot about the past. Do you have a tendency to stress about your past, to think a lot about your past? Even on a subconscious level, it begins to boil up into ourselves. Or you're thinking so much about the future, hoping the future turns out how you want it to, really wanting that future to be great and magical, wanting the divine union. That could be a block there. It's just wanting something in the wrong way too much is the resistance to that happening in your life. The Empress, another major arcana card. The Empress, it's the other Taurus card. That's interesting. I don't know, I just thought stuck in the mud. Stuck in the past, stuck in the future. Stuck in those energies. You see. How we were talking about the connection of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's kind of what we see here. And they're both being in the moment. Your lack. Thinking that you'll never get. I really feel like this block is thinking you're never going to get what you want. Holding on to the hope of the opportunity. Ooh, going away is this card again. That was the beginning of group 1. 6 of Swords. So, the angels. Yesterday, we did a angel activation. So, you may want to go over and experience that. Moving into a new reality. The reality of, in this deck, one of the cards, is... act as though your partner is already there. What can you do to act as though you are already in union with your divine counterpart? You're already working side by side. You're already part of that picture together. What does that look like to you? So, the block to the union is the resistance of hoping and longing for something that you think you don't have. And the way is to move into that experience of knowing it's there and you have it, and feeling that overwhelming happiness of working together in partnership and love. And group number 3. Again, we're looking at the group number 3, the clear quartz crystal and the goddess. Goddess Tarot. For this one, the underline is this, like, cheating. The Seven of Swords. It could be related to cheating, lying, stealing. Princess of Cups. So the block has to do with your emotions. And whether this divine counterpart has a third party and is cheating on you, or has that propensity, or not, or whether the divine counterpart, I just feel like it's you that has all these feelings of jealousy. So remember that what you bring into your life is a mirror of yourself. So as you let go of these old emotions, these tiring old emotions of, jealousy and anger and resentment and fear, you release all of those. Guess what you find? You find your true, authentic inner self. You find that union, a connection, because you're a beacon shining out. You're a light. You're an empath. You're a light worker. You're a starseed shining out to the world. You don't need to hide it under these difficult feelings of, jealousy and frustrating times. This one is the balance again. This came out one of the other piles. Balancing this divine masculine and divine feminine is so important. It's such an important part. So as I was saying before, the divine counterpart is all about the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together in a beautiful way. It has nothing to do with being a man or being a woman. The counterparts can be two women, two men, a man and a woman. All different kinds of connections that we have. And we're bringing this balanced energy into our existence. Oh my goodness. All three piles have the Six of Swords. Wow. Letting go, moving away. And this one has that kind of an Egyptian type feeling. So there might be something in one of your past lives, if you believe in those, that's in Egypt, that somehow you need to let go of as part of that union and reunion with your divine counterpart. So the Six of Swords is coming out in every single pile. It's an overall theme. Waters are smooth sailing. It's time to move forward. It could be also that part of the block with your divine counterpart is location. And because this is also the moving card. So it could be that there's a location issue. And I'm thinking of that, especially in this pile. So in this pile, especially, maybe you are long distance and you're having a hard time trusting the situation, trusting them while they're gone. Eight of Swords. I usually think of the last two as kind of the thing that helps you or benefits you, the Star. Oh, 8 and 8. So the Star is also an 8. And then there's the Eight of Swords. So 8 is important with this pile. She is working with the flying, the flying, here, let me see this. So it's the Eight of Swords and the Star. And, oh yes, we had Six of Swords. 6 and 8. Oh, and the underlying was the 7. Six, 7, 8. So in numerology, maybe you should look up the numerology and see what you're going to find there. The star. Isn't that beautiful? We're all coming from the stars. Maybe that would help you let go of the, the feelings of jealousy and anger. To realize where you're from and what the point of this is. You're from the stars. It's time to shine like a star. And when it's supposed to come, it'll come. This is where you're tied up and you blindfolded and tied up and not knowing where you're going to go or how you're going to turn. Okay, so maybe somebody can put in the comments for me what 6, 7, 8 might mean for you. Thank you for coming to this question. What is blocking me from my union or reunion of the divine counterpart in my life? And where can I move from that? Hopefully you were able to get a pile that really resonated with you. And like I said, there might be something in each pile that resonates with you. It is interesting that all 3 piles had the 6 of Swords in the pile. So there's definitely a possibility of a distance factor with this divine counterpart, or that you really, really need to be letting go, moving away, and allowing the flow of the universe to lead you and guide you at this time. All right, if you would like a private tarot reading on energy healing, contact me with my email. And please subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share it with anyone who is also on the divine counterpart journey in their lives. And I will talk to you later.